Good Friday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take the next 15 minutes and give you a detailed look at your forecast for the next 7 days. Yes, the weather impact alert for tonight and tomorrow night across Southeast Texas. First off, it's all about the fog. This is going to be dense fog once again tonight and tomorrow morning, creating hazardous driving conditions. This view of Port Arthur, which shows that dense fog already rolling in very quickly this evening. That's certainly earlier than yesterday at this time. This view courtesy of Market Basket, part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network, and this will last right on through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So, as you can see, all of Southeast Texas under dense fog advisory. As visibility is already coming down in through Port Arthur and back over towards Orange at this hour. Otherwise, dense fog tonight and tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow night, we'll see another round of shower and thunderstorm activity. We need the rain. It's a very small chance of severe weather. I think it's going to be mainly up in the lakes area. Otherwise, pretty standard thunderstorm activity with brief heavy rain, gusty winds, and frequent lightning. Otherwise, that front pushes through, and it looks like a cooler, dry scenario, a brief cool down coming up Sunday into Monday, and then it's off to the horse races as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday of next week, as we'll see a warming trend, certainly looking dry for an extended period of time as we make a run for 80 degrees by Thursday. As far as the forecast tonight, already looking at fantastic weather this evening, except our fog as far as that crew of cruise parade at Doggett Ford Park, looking at lots of clouds and fog, and temperatures may warrant a jacket for some folks. Otherwise, as you can see, high-res modeling showing it's pretty thick once again coming up later tonight and tomorrow morning. So that will provide for or result in very hazardous conditions. Again, maybe as far as driving, maybe not in the cities per se, but certainly in outlying areas. So we've issued a weather impact alert until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning because of that hazardous driving scenario. So you'll want to leave early, use lots of, put plenty of space between you and the next car, reduce your speed, and use those low beams and pay attention, as those visibilities could fluctuate quite a bit and be down to less than a quarter of a mile in spots. This is until 10 a.m. Then for tomorrow evening, for the crew of Aurora Grand Parade, I believe it's at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, we'll go with about a 30% coverage of showers. Right now it looks like lightning will stay away until after about 8 p.m. as we'll be watching a line of shower and thunderstorm activity move through the area. This is going to be due to a cold front, but looks pretty good as far as we were earlier this week as far as the timing. So it's going to be a little later towards tomorrow night. So there's the line. By noon tomorrow, we should see a line developing along I-35 stretching up towards Dallas. A few scattered showers out ahead of it. And then as we head on in to about 8 p.m. or so, it ought to start working in towards western and northwestern sections of our viewing area along a line from around, say, Tyler County back over towards Houston. That line continues to move off to the east, and roughly between, say, 9:30 to about 11:30, it'll be over the triangle, Beaumont, Port Arthur, and Orange. And again, that moves off to the east by 11:30, if not sooner. So again, we think the best threat for severe weather will be up at the lakes area, but it's a small threat. And again, maybe some gusty winds with these, the way it looks at this point. Otherwise, a weather impact alert will be in effect for those storms Saturday night between 8 and 11 p.m. is when we expect that window for those showers and storms to move through Southeast Texas. Otherwise, as you can see, the best threat, which is a low chance, will be up towards the lakes area. Most areas are going to pick up a half an inch to an inch. This is great news. We had another wildfire up into Jasper County today, so another half an inch to an inch would be some really good news as far as that goes. Obviously, we don't need the gusty winds and the frequent lightning, but that's pretty standard for thunderstorms. So keep abreast of the storms tomorrow night. Download 12 News Plus on your TV. As far as temperatures, well, it just is like spring has sprung pretty much, as every day will be above normal as far as highs, and it looks like tomorrow will be about 8 degrees above normal. We're forecasting 75. That's 8 degrees above normal. Here's the normal in comparison. So we're, 8 degrees above that normal line of 67. Now Monday our normal line goes up to 68 as we get closer to spring. After the front Saturday, Look at that, only about 70, so just a few degrees above normal, and then it's up, up, and away like Superman. It could be into the upper 70s to around 80 degrees by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. And that's certainly going to kick everything into bloom mode across the area as those temperatures continue to warm. It looks like a long period of dry weather after Saturday night across our region. So tomorrow night, we're going to pick up anywhere between 1/4 to 1/2 inch, maybe an inch, just over that, as far as this line of showers and storms moves through. So no flooding is certainly expected, as this will be a quick mover as it continues to drive off to the east very quickly. So we will continue with our 90% coverage, and that's mainly Saturday night between 8 and 11, closer to about 10 to 11 in the triangle, and a 100% coverage up in the lakes area. Then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. No rain, looks dry. Right now, not much going on except the fog moving in off the Gulf, fog and low cloudiness, sea fog moving off the Gulf. Temperatures have cooled into the low to mid 60s in the lakes area and across the state. We are sharing the wealth, if you will. Very spring-like afternoon across the Lone Star State as temperatures well into the mid 70s along 935 between Dallas back over towards Austin and San Antonio, 80s down into southwest Texas. A little cooler behind a trough up towards the Panhandle and far west Texas. And as you can also see, quite a bit of high-level cloudiness moving into West Texas at this time. And this is in response to the subtropical jet. Look how fast watch the clouds. Look how fast they're moving. That's the subtropical jet. And it's up and then it's over. That's a ridge in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's why we're dry today. And that's not going to be the case as the ridge continues to push on to the east. Already seeing rain over towards New Mexico, West Texas. And it's in response to this trough of low pressure. Remember, we were tracking it the last couple days in the eastern Pacific. Here's the trough. Look at the white lines. And that is what is going to move on off to the east and provide us with a good chance of shower and thunderstorm activity tomorrow night. You can also see the subtropical jet arcing over Texas in response to that trough of low pressure over the eastern Pacific. It energizes the subtropical jet, and that brings in high-level and mid-level Pacific moisture riding into Texas, and that gives you a lot more cloud cover. That's what we're going to see coming up tomorrow. So we're going to put this into motion, take a look at Futurecast. And tonight we are expecting quite a bit of fog across the area. That's why we've issued a weather impact alert for tomorrow morning, because of that dense fog that provides and results in hazardous driving conditions. So be careful on the roads if you have to get up early tomorrow morning. That fog should be eroding after about 10 a.m. Not going to be a chilly morning. Well, it'll be cool coming up tomorrow, upper 50s to lower 60s. And a few light sprinkles, showers tomorrow during the first half of the day. No big deal. Certainly not an 80% coverage tomorrow. That is not going to come in until late tomorrow night. And we're looking at highs into the mid 70s. And there it is, 7 p.m., still only a 20 to 30% coverage. This is when we're going to get the 80 to 90, 100% coverage. And that'll come in tomorrow night between 8 and 11 across the area. So on the Gulf, looking at a dense fog advisory for tomorrow, especially tomorrow morning. Choppy seas around 2 to 4 feet are expected. It's going to be a windy day across the area. So we'll see southeast winds on the Gulf at 10 to 20 knots. Water temperature currently at 66 degrees. So tonight, dense fog, upper 50s, lakes, lower 60s triangle with light southeasterly winds. Tomorrow, about a 30, maybe 40% coverage of showers. I think the lightning threat will hold off for the Crew of Aurora parade tomorrow evening. After that, after about 8 p.m., all bets are off, as we'll be watching a line on radar move towards our area. We still think we could get into the mid 70s, but tomorrow's going to be the other issue is that besides the fog in the morning and then storms in tomorrow night, it's going to be a windy day. We'll likely see some wind gusts 25, maybe 30 miles an hour coming up tomorrow afternoon. So it's a red bar day, and what that means is that we're expecting fog in the morning, and then we get a break, and then storms tomorrow night. So we have issued a weather impact alert, not just for the fog in the morning, but for the storms tomorrow night between 8 and 11 p.m. That line will be moving through. Again, small threat for severe. It looks like mainly in the lakes area and through East Texas to the north. Gusty winds, frequent lightning, and some locally heavy rainfall is possible. That line moves off. Follow it on 12 News Plus. Download it to your TV, and you can watch the stream. Otherwise, after that comes through, well, let's show you that again. So we have paused this at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. It looks like it'll just start to be moving in towards northwestern Tyler County. Then as we head on in to say 9:30 to say 11, it moves through the triangle, and then look at that. Before midnight, it should be well east of the Sabine, and we can start enjoying our weekend, because tomorrow is not going to be the prettiest day in the world. Otherwise, a little bit of a cool down on Sunday. Now, Sunday we're going to have what we call wraparound cloudiness. The front will be through, that's on the surface, but the upper level low pressure system, or that trough I showed you, I drew with that trough moving through the eastern, southwestern U.S., that'll be on top of us on Sunday. So we're going to see kind of a wraparound of clouds around that low pressure system. So we may clear late Saturday night, only to see those clouds come back around Sunday during the first half of the day, and then maybe late day we'll see the sun return. So that's going to keep temperatures down. There's spots that probably won't get out of the 60s on Sunday. So a little bit of a cool down. This is not not the strongest front in the world, but with clear skies and light winds and a little drier air mass, could get down into the 40s coming up Monday morning. Certainly no freeze, but this is the time of year where it's tough to dress your kids, because cold mornings and mild afternoons makes them want to leave their jackets at school, and you're going to be chasing those jackets coming up on, I say, Monday and Tuesday with those cold mornings, but mild afternoons, because they'll be probably shedding those jackets after about 10 a.m. So after that, it's an extended period of dry weather. Look at that. Partly cloudy afternoons, cloudy nights with fog. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, highs in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. And that's a detailed look at your 7-day forecast. If you're just joining us, it is pea soup already developing, thick fog already developing in Port Arthur. Yeah, visibility is down to 2.5 miles in Port Arthur and Orange, no surprise there. We are issuing a weather impact alert for tonight because of that dense fog, but I think it's going to be okay for the crew of cruise parades. Look at this. That's more fog in the morning and late tonight. Again, dense fog until 10 a.m. is expected on Saturday. And then tomorrow night, we are expecting a round of showers and storms to move through after the crew of Aurora parade. Still, there's going to be a few showers around. That'll be moving and organizing west of our area. The line should be moving through our area between 8 and 11:30, and that will open the door to a pretty good looking Sunday. Storms again between 8 and 11 p.m. tomorrow night. Small risk of severe weather, mainly up in the lakes area, but a ½ an inch to an inch is expected. Well above normal temperatures expected the next 7 days, maybe closer to normal on Sunday. And we are expecting that ½ inch to an inch with that line that quickly moves to our east, so no flooding across our area. After tomorrow night, an extended period of dry weather is expected, as we will continue to watch that trough of low pressure move out of the southwestern U.S., bringing us that chance of shower and thunderstorm activity. So this is the trough. It's going to be moving through our area, and it's going to wind up over East Texas, so the clouds are going to come back in on Sunday. So tonight, lots of fog, no rain expected. Upper 50s to lower 60s. We'll go with about a 30% coverage coming up tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night, we'll see a line of showers and storms drive through southeast Texas between 8 and 11 p.m. Our forecast tonight, upper 50s in the lakes to the lower 60s in the triangle. Watch out for the fog. And then tomorrow, 30 to 40% coverage late day. Mostly cloudy, a windy day with highs in the